Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another early morning coffee talks. It is a terrific Tuesday, and the start is really my Monday because again I'm coming off my days off. Um, man, I've been on point, but yesterday was just not the most effective day, and I was reflecting on why. Um, man, sometimes your brain just shut off. I still got the basics done. I just didn't put in a lot of work that I wanted to, man. And to just this morning, I was doing a little bit of self reflection, you know, um, and it just, I know why, but it's like that sometimes. As long as you get the basics done, I mean, you're not gonna operate at a level 10 always, but I probably was operating between a 6 and a 7 yesterday. I wanted to do more, but sometimes your brain just shut down, man. You be going so hard, but get the basics done. Stay consistent. Remember, it's you want to keep your line linear as far as going up in production, but sometimes it's like the stock market, right? It's gonna dip a little bit, go up, and dip a little bit, go up, and so I'm fine with that. The point is to not crash, right, and not have a stock market crash. That's the point. Um, Again, we're gonna have dips and stuff, right? It's like a roller coaster. You're gonna have, the dips and the highs and stuff like that. But as long as your progression is on a linear line up, you'll be fine. So, but with that being said, I shot a vid earlier. Was it a morning? Yeah, it was a morning coffee talk, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of days ago. And in the video, I mentioned how as a man, you can no longer be average, right? You can no longer be in the middle. And not because you don't want to, it's because you're being forced to not be in the middle. Because the middle now has shifted down to below average. That middle, the average back in the 90s and stuff like that, back in even the 2000s, you being average, you still was riding high, but slowly but surely we can see the decline, right? Man, it was crazy. Like even this year, I've noticed that a lot of people didn't go to the gym on January 1st. I was highly, highly surprised. The gym's typically packed. You can't find anywhere to park. You gotta wait around a little longer for certain machines to be used in the gym. And really, I didn't really feel the impact this year. I don't know what's going on, man. I really didn't feel the impact. So I don't know if the mind state hasn't shifted for a lot of people. Some people giving up. Some people, I don't know, because it can't be like they can't afford it. Man, even right now, I used to go to Planet Fitness, and it's still $10 a month. And they bringing free weights in there. It's making me reconsider. Like, man, do I need to go back to PF Planet Fitness? It's starting to look a little good, but it is a certain environment though with those other gyms like I go to now, where it is a certain vibe, a certain energy that you want to stay around. A certain environment. So, but if you beginning your journey, Planet Fitness may be an option. But I say that to say, yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people in there, man. So I don't really know what's going on. Maybe I'll do some research on why a lot of people just opted not to really go to the gym on January 1st. But maybe some people started before, which in my opinion would be great, and not to wait for the January 1st rush, and not feel like that's the time they want to make a change in their life. Getting back to the point, the message. If that's not the case, then again, you're going to fall into that category of below average. And if we talking financial, then you dropping from that medium to poor. And especially in this time of day, in this time in our society, that's not okay. It's not, I told you, like, especially for the single man out there who are looking to get married one day, especially for the husbands whose approach was leading with their money, um, hoping that sustain. The dollar's only going so far nowadays. Women have money, so you can't lead with that to be like, because especially when I was growing up, right, in the black community, that was a thing for men to lead with money. You see it in our culture when it comes to music. You see it in how the women's mind state in the female gaze is as far as what they were looking for, how they were trained younger, right, for a man to afford. And we all know what it was and what it ain't. But I say that to say we have to do something different. You have to go from just being good to great. You can just no longer be good at what you do. You have to be great at what you do. You have to be awesome at what you do. And you have to bring more. You have to hit the books. You have to educate yourself in more than one streamline of information. Right? You unfortunately may have to get another income. Especially now, like I remember when I first got to the sales job I'm at now, right? I used to be able to work. It's based on 50 hours. They said if you work 50 hours on average, you'll make X amount of dollars, right? Cool. I remember, because y'all know I'm on point my budget now. Did I show y'all my budget? I think I did a video on my budget. But yeah, I did. So I showed you guys the way to budget because I'm on point. But I remember being able to work 47 hours and still basically make that amount of money based on 50 hours. Now I was like, man, okay. I started seeing about a year and a half in. I was like, wait a minute. Just because insurance was going up, right? Food costs was going up. And again, I've been with this company now 3 years. So I left my last, that's when I was in retail last. I left that and came into the sales company. And that was right after COVID. So in these last 3 years, going into 4 now from COVID, inflation's been going up, just the cost of living's been going up, taxes been going up, just everything, right? So it got to a point where I can see it progressively going up as far as like, dang, okay, I can't work 47 hours no more. I gotta work 50. Now it's at a point I'm like, I can't work 50, I gotta work 52. So it's like, and I'm doing basically the same job. But it just we're requiring more. I can no longer just be good at it. I have to be great. I have to put in more hours to make the same income. You know what I mean? So when you start to notice those type of things, you like either, and hold on, here's the other thing. What if you can't work those extra hours at your job? Right? Because now you like, okay, if I don't work 50 hours and I need a 52 based on just everything going on, inflation, cost of living, right, going up, taxes, I have to figure out how to work those extra hours to make up $200, whatever it is, extra $150, $300, right, to offset because I can't get it at my job. And then you kind of forced into having to say, dang, I got to pick up a side gig. And now here's the tricky part. You guys have to be aware. Why you can't just be good no more and stay in the middle of the pack. You may not have that available. How many people, we all seeing layoffs. Look at the tech industry right now, right? I just seen a documentary on a lot of the CS students, right? Computer information systems and all that, right? Computer engineering. A lot of the grads can't find a job. We just seen what happened to Party City, Big Lots, and that's retail. So you might be like, man, I'll just go, get a part-time job at Party City, something like that, just to make up the hours, hypothetically speaking, right? And that's no longer available. And now you're in competition with all those people who was in retail at Party City, or maybe a corporate position. Because most of these companies are set up the same, especially retail. They got a marketing department, finance department, right, sales department, and so on and so forth. Now you're competing with those jobs, those corporate jobs, just to make the difference up. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be very, like I said, you can't be linear as far as just one way of thinking now. You can't just be average and be comfortable sitting where you are. You're going to be forced not to. So I suggest, right, now is the time to say, all right, either I'm going to work more, right, and go ahead now while I have a chance. Because I'm not going to say, listen, there's still, it may not be the job you want, but as far as part-time, there's still opportunities available to make up the difference in income, right? Or to go ahead and get ahead, to say, you know what, let me go ahead and get another part-time job now and start building my savings, start building my investments. That way, if they start to cut hours at my job and we can start to see the writing on the wall, or hey, if something comes up where there's an emergency with another family member, one of my loved ones, you know, whatever the case may be, we have the reserves. Go ahead and do it now, right? Go ahead and start making yourself better to stand out. Meaning, start educating yourself more. Start getting in shape, right? Because if you are forced to work more jobs and you're not in shape, you're not going to be able to have the energy to do it. This is another reason to get in the gym, right? Or your job may say, look, we do have the overtime hour, but you out of shape, so you can't work it. So it goes hand in hand. So it's important not to be average anymore. You just can't be good. You have to be great now, right? And start, again, I made a great video early morning coffee talk yesterday about if you are in a place in your life where you're finally starting to understand this, you're finally starting to come around, you know, self-reflection is the first stop, is the first step to say, man, what's going on around me? Why am I not making an income? Why do it feel like the economy crushing me, right? Why doesn't it feel like my dollar going for further enough than it used to? Do some self-reflection. Look around, look at the environment, look at the landscape. Some of y'all just going with the flow of things, hoping for things. Hope is not a strategy, man. It's not. It's not a strategy. A strategy is what's on paper from writing in a pen. A strategy is a plan. All right? So listen, man. Again, I just want to reiterate that. I got to get ready to go to work, but because, man, I've been on this video almost 15 minutes. But listen, you have to get away from this comfortable mind state of just going with the flow. Listen, if somebody out there has a good job where they just going with everything is lining up, but I'm telling you, the companies are getting more efficient. They're finding ways, especially now with technology, to either cut into your good job to pinch you and save money, right? Or they find a way just to totally replace it. Just finding a way to totally replace it. So put in the work now, you know, get away from just being comfortable and just being good at what you do and start to be great at what you do. But it's going to start with personal development. It's going to start with self-improvement. So start with yourself. Like I said, check the video out yesterday. Self-improve, self-reflection, you know, then self-accountability, and then discipline. But like I said, today, just know you can no longer be good. You have to be great. And with that being said, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, drop a comment below. Subscribe to the Husband Code if it's your first time. If you've been watching for a while, subscribe. And hit a like on the video if you got any value today. And hit the notification bell, because again, I'm dropping videos like this every day. And until next time, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great and terrific Tuesday. We'll talk again tomorrow. Peace.